So I had some doubts that it was actually going to happen, but it looks like it's moving forward. Right now, 11:32 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. October the 9th, 2024. I'm TstreeT Controversy with 5U360, and it looks like in early 2025, we will be getting WBC and WBO champion Sebastian Fundora returning to take on Errol Spence. By that time, he'll be going on a 1-year layoff, meaning Sebastian Fundora since fighting Tim Tszyu earlier this year. Errol Spence, well, as you can see, he's been relatively inactive and been off since he took that mega ass whooping from Crawford last July the 29th. We're in October of 2024. And if he were to return to the ring against Sebastian Fundora, he's going to be well into a 1.5-year layoff. 28-1 with 22 KOs. How old is Errol Spence now? He's about 35. You know, these guys are older now, man. 34. Let's see, when do you turn 35, Spence? March the 3rd, he turns 35. So in boxing, it's not really that old, but if you really think about it, Errol Spence has got a lot of miles on him from a lot of out of the ring activity. So if you look at it, since 2020, the end of 2020, by the way, he's only had 2 fights, your Dennis Ugas and Terrence Crawford. So by the time he stepped into the ring, listen, that's a crazy amount of inactivity. You know, 1 fight in 2020, no fight in 2021, 1 fight in 2022, 1 fight in 2023, no fights in 2024. And he's coming back to fight Sebastian Fundora. Now, Fundora, he's not, how can I say, he's not the most skilled technical fighter, but we did learn that he actually can use his 6'5", 6'6". You know, every single fight they change his height. 1 fight he's 6'5", next fight he's 6'6". 3 fights before he's 6'7". Let's just say he's 6'6". He did actually use his jab against Tim Tszyu. Now, a lot would argue, as me and my colleague Big J, we were talking about it in detail in the video I'm going to be releasing before or after this, talking about Tim Tszyu versus Bakr Murtazaliev, which is taking place on October the 29th. What we did see from Fundora is actually boxed. He was disciplined. The argument is, would he have beaten Tim Tszyu if he didn't have pints of blood pouring into his face? That is the question. So, of course, this is the fight that PBC has been trying to shoehorn. Remember, Tim Tszyu had a rematch clause against Sebastian Fundora, and it looks like from the outside looking in that Fundora's team tried to screw over Tim Tszyu and go straight to Errol Spence. Errol Spence was in the ring, you know, called him out, tweeting stuff that he doesn't wait in line. As you can see, this is from when Fundora was announced the winner of the Tim Tszyu fight, and he also had his nose broken, which is the reason why he's been out so long. He was medically suspended. So to break things down in this 154-pound division, okay, so we don't know what Terrence Crawford's going to be doing next. He's trying to get that Canelo fight. He doesn't want to fight Boots Ennis. He doesn't want to fight Teofimo. He's in straight cash out mode. He turned down a 2-fight deal with Conor McGregor. One would be in the boxing ring and the second would be in MMA. And basically he declined because he didn't want to get his head kicked off. Smart move. He's currently the WBA full champion after beating Israel Madrimov. I can't for the life of me understand why people are clowning him for that win. That was a very good win for me. I mean, in my opinion, for him, because for one, he fought a style of a fighter he's never fought before. He's in the 154-pound division, that alone. And also for those who know, for those who don't know, Israel Madrimov is a very good, solid, good amateur fighter. You know, just because he only had the little bit of fights that he had in his career at the time when he fought Terrence Crawford does not take away who he is as a fighter. But casual fans who are not sitting up, are not watching boxing on Saturday afternoons here in the States, they're not watching Israel Madrimov fights. They're not. So to backtrack what I was saying, Israel Madrimov is going to be taking on Sergey Bohachuk on the undercard of Alexander Usyk versus Tyson Fury, December the 21st. So back right out there. So, all right. So you got Tim Tszyu, former WBO champion, lost to Sebastian Fundora, taking on Bakr Murtazaliev. That's on October the 19th. Early 2025, we're supposed to see Sebastian Fundora taking on Errol Spence. Jamel Charlo was said to be back in camp. He's the WBA champion in recess. We don't know what he's doing. If Tim Tszyu beats Bakhram Murtazaliev, he's supposed to fight possible future IBF mandatory Erickson Lubin. Then get the winner of Fundora versus Errol Spence sometime summer or around this time next year. Where does that leave Terrence Crawford? Well, he actually gave permission for Fundora to fight Errol Spence. Basically, he stepped aside. So he must have some bigger plan. Virgil Ortiz, we don't know what he's doing next. We don't know what's going on with that. Teofimo Lopez is in a contract dispute with Top Rank, so he may be on the shelf for a while. As I said, Sergey Bohachuk and Israel Madrimov are fighting on Fury. Usyk Fury 2. Jesus Ramos, we don't know what's doing. I mean, I really want to know what is the plan for Crawford. He must got some plan. Because what would happen was, if he didn't allow this to happen, if he didn't allow Fundora to fight Spence, then Fundora would be stripped. Crawford would be elevated to full champion. So he would have the WBA and the WBO. So it must be something going on there. But we're going to wait for this story to develop. To be very honest, I'm not confident in the way Spence has been moving. You know, like, for example, somebody posted, so what's next, bro? He on his farm. You know, like cryptic tweets. He pretty much abandoned social media after he got beat up. You know? You know? We don't know, man. We don't know. Also, I wonder if he settled that legal issue that he had with Derek James. You know, we don't even know if he has a trainer or not, or who he's even thinking about. I just think that he's cashing out. My personal opinion. I think he's cashing out. You know, he's made arguably about 30 million in his career. Give or take. That's on the low end. I would say 50. He had to make at least 30, 40. I don't know. Put it this way, he made some good money. He's doing good. We don't know what's going on with him now. We're going to pay attention to this story to see where it goes. And it looks like PBC is getting their guys back active. You know, but the real question and the mystery is, for me, is who is Terrence Crawford going to be fighting? Because he let his shot against Fundora and the belt go, so he must got a plan. Somebody let me know down in the comments what you think he's going to do, or you think that Canelo fight is actually kind of gaining traction. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and TstreeT Controversy with 5U360.